The telecoms industry is undergoing major change, and so are the network operators. I'm talking today with Angela Jenner. She is Transformation Director of Services Platforms at BT. So, Angela, great to talk to you today. So, can you just tell us, what does a Transformation Director do?
Thanks, Ray. So I joined BT in January 2019, and I came on as Transformation Director for Service Platforms, which is one of the large units within technology in BT. They hadn't had a transformation team before, so one of my first parts of the role was to really build the team up from new. So I had the opportunity to hire a diverse group of people with lots of different insights from both within BT, but also from other external companies. So one of the first things is really understanding the vision of what you want to achieve. So where do you need to go over the next 3 to 5 years? And then looking at how we're going to get there. So defining the strategy and really being able to articulate that to the whole team so that they understand what we're trying to achieve. And then really going into some of the goals and planning around that. And I think one of the very key parts of a transformation director's role is being able to collaborate across the business, because we have a small team of people and we need to really collaborate and influence across all of service platforms, but then also with our wider colleagues across the other units within BT. So collaboration is absolutely key. We also need to be able to influence, and in my case, influence my peers, so that we're looking at the right priorities, we're all aligned on what we need to achieve, and we're getting the right balance between delivering business as usual activities alongside the transformation activities that we need to do. I also think experimentation is very key to this role. So being able to try different things and really see where they're going to land, and also bringing in external thinking to make sure that we understand what other companies are doing, and we're bringing some of that into BT. And I guess the TM Forum is quite a good forum for us to be able to do that and to connect with other companies that are going through very similar things at the moment. Me and my team have a high focus on leadership and mindset shifts. So we've been doing a lot of work with our senior management team and really trying to bring the focus onto leadership and make sure that we are fit for being able to manage the level of change that is going through at the moment. And then key from my point of view is living the changes. So really being an example of the things that we're asking people to do. We're trying to move to become a much more agile organization. We're really promoting continuous improvement, and we need to be doing those as a team ourselves, so that we're not really just asking other people to do that, but we're demonstrating the benefits of those things. And obviously delivering against the transformation outcomes. So in our case, we want to make this the best place to work for our colleagues. We are working really hard to simplify our processes, simplify our service journeys for our customers, build that agility across the business, but also make sure that we're delivering the great technologies that allow us to do things like proactive monitoring and self-healing, so that we can resolve problems before our customers see them. We can deliver solutions much faster and get them out to people, and also, scale much quicker than we've been able to in the past.
Okay, excellent. So, what kind of people skills does BT need for the next decade as it goes through this transformation?
So obviously technology is moving at an enormous pace at the moment, and we're investing heavily in 5G and fiber to the premise, and really looking at how we can take the best networks and provide converged solutions over them. We've also got the Internet of Things that is growing rapidly. We have a real focus on cybersecurity and making sure that we're keeping our customers safe, and also the opportunities that we have with virtual reality and augmented reality. So I think from a technical skills perspective, we're always going to need, software engineering and network engineering skills. And we have a big focus on DevOps, on moving things into the cloud, on automation, on AI and machine learning, but also on data skills. And there is a really important part that data plays, which becomes more and more critical as we move forward. The other area is around cybersecurity. And as I mentioned, we need to keep our customers safe. It's an absolute priority. And BT has recently put a We Are the Protectors podcast onto Apple, which talks a bit about what the different areas of the cybersecurity team do, and a bit of an insight into some of the skills that you need to work in that space, and some of the different types of roles there are. I think, as well as technical skills, behavioral skills are really key. So having that agile mindset, thinking about how we can deliver value quicker and how we can pivot and adapt as we need to meet customer needs. Also, collaboration is going to be absolutely key to that. I think learning from each other, experimenting, sharing information with each other is really important from a behavioral skills perspective, and that will help us to do things much quicker than we have in the past. From a leadership perspective, it's really important that our leaders show empathy and authenticity. I think inclusion is a really critical part of the skills and the future of the workforce, and making sure that we've got a focus on creating safe environments for our colleagues and helping everyone to feel included so that we can hear everyone's voice.
So, Angela, do telecom operators like BT need a completely different workforce now than they did, say, 5 years ago?
I mean, BT is a company going through an enormous amount of change, which is necessary for us to be a forward-looking business. I think we have a number of different ways that we're delivering the transformation. One of them is about delivering our strategic projects with really modern architecture and next generation solutions. And that will allow us to migrate our customers off the existing platforms onto the new platforms and really close down our legacy. I mentioned earlier that the agile mindset and the ways of working, and making sure that we've got that collaboration in place. And I think building once and being able to reuse many times is really important, and learning from each other, as I mentioned. Our continuous improvement mindset. So one of the things that we're doing a lot of is training people on continuous improvement, helping them with proof of concepts, providing coaching, and really being able to embed that into the way we work and the way we think. And we're always going to need world-class technologists. So really having the right people in the right roles and with the right skills. And I think as technology evolves, we need to evolve our skills in order to remain relevant. So we are going to take our passionate, dedicated workforce on this journey and really give them the opportunity to upskill. And we've got a lot of upskilling opportunities at the moment. We have development pathways that people can follow. We have online training sites such as Pluralsight and LinkedIn Learning and Harvard Sparks. And we provide a lot of coaching. So, we're really looking to take our colleagues on this journey with us and to help them transform in order for us to be able to be this forward-looking business in the future.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot going on in telecoms and in operators these days. And in the past, some tasks have been outsourced. What kind of role does outsourcing play for a company like BT these days, or in the next few years?
Yeah, so we will always look at outsourcing through the lens of core competencies. And I think where we've got core competencies within BT, where we're going to need something over the longer terms, maybe 3 to 5 years and beyond, we would look to grow that competency in-house. However, there are activities that over time will not be part of our core competency, or activities that we only need for a very short space of time, maybe to address a particular need within the business. So there are examples like that where we would look to outsource something for a shorter space of time. I think you will have, as everyone else has seen, the much publicised high-risk vendor decision that was taken, and that really gives us an opportunity to insource some of the activities that we used to rely on Huawei to do. So I think that is one area where we will create some really fantastic opportunities for our colleagues to work on the best network.
Okay, excellent. And earlier on, you mentioned automation as one of the trends in the industry. How is automation going to impact BT's workforce in the coming years?
So I think when we think about the role of humans, we really need to think about, is it doing manual, repeatable tasks, or is the value that we bring the ability to think through complex problems? And I think automation is really good for us, and it's very good for our customers. We'll be removing human error, we'll be speeding up our processes and being able to improve the customer experience. And I think, across the industry, automation is really helping to simplify businesses. And this is an opportunity for our colleagues to upskill and help transform BT. And within service platforms, we have a huge focus on training our colleagues on automation, again, running through proof of concepts and helping them to automate some of the manual processes that they're doing today, and then create that automation center of excellence that we can continue to use to automate through service platforms. So I think it releases people to be able to help contribute to the transformation that we're going through, but it also releases them to work on some of those future technologies that I talked about earlier, where we need people to focus on those things that are coming down the road and that are going to become, front and foremost in the future.
And so, does that mean it's just a refocus of skills or the way people work, or is it actually going to impact the shape of the workforce at all?
I mean, I think it will be a combination of the two, Ray. It's definitely an upskilling and changing the work that people are doing. So releasing them from those kind of manual, repeatable tasks and enabling them to work on some of the really exciting future-looking technologies. There will be a change in the shape of the workforce as well as a result of automation.
Okay, great. So, Angela, you recently participated in a TM Forum Digital Transformation World session entitled The Art of Business Transformation. So what were your main takeaways from that session?
So, Ray, I spoke about leadership development and how important it is for everyone to be, developing as leaders, and some of the things that me and my leadership team have been doing to develop ourselves and really go from being, I guess, maybe more of a command and control style leadership to really thinking about how we can develop into more servant leadership. And I think from my point of view, listening to a lot of the other sessions, so much resonated within many of them. Some of the challenges that people are facing, particularly around the cultural change and the mindset shifts that need to be made. And I've thoroughly enjoyed the event. I think there's a lot to learn. There's a lot that I've shared with my team and also with my boss that I thought was really relevant to what we're going through. And one of the things is it's quite comforting to hear other people talking about some of the same things that you're going through and dealing with, and some of the solutions that people have been able to share as well. So I've really enjoyed it.
Okay, great. Well, in this era of transformation, it sounds like you've got a really interesting and critical role within BT technology there, Angela. So thanks very much for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thank you very much, Ray.